The Writings of Abraham, chapter 106. Now, when Sarah saw that she bare neither son nor daughter, it grieved her heart. And she said unto me, Take therefore Hagar, daughter of Pharaoh, to be thy wife, for she is a woman now. And let her womb be unto thee in the place of mine, to raise up seed unto thee. Hagar also was willing to enter this covenant, and it was according to the voice of the Ruach of Elohim. Wherefore Sarah gave Hagar to be my wife, and Sarah and Hagar were as one wife, unto the seed of Hagar, so that the seed of Hagar might be also the seed of Sarah. For Hagar had been raised by Sarah, and been taught by her, and had followed Sarah in ways of righteousness. Chapter 107. And when I came in unto Hagar in Sarah's bed, she conceived. And when Hagar saw that she had conceived, she rejoiced greatly, and began to be lifted up in pride, and to despise Sarah. And she taunted Sarah, saying, Surely I am better than thee, for in all the years thy Lord hath lain with thee, thou hast not conceived. But lo, in this short time I have conceived from the seed of my Lord. And Sarah was grieved in her heart, and she said unto me, Surely Hagar hath wronged me, and thou also hast contributed to her wrong. For she hath spoken despitefully to me in thy presence, yet thou hast done nothing to correct her. But I replied to Sarah, Surely Hagar is thy child, for thou hast instructed her from her youth. Correct her therefore, as seemeth thee good. Chapter 108. However, when Sarah attempted to correct Hagar, Hagar grew angry and determined to return unto her father's people. Wherefore she departed into the wilderness. But an angel of Yahuwah met her by a well, where she stopped to rest. And he said unto her, Hagar, daughter of Sarah, who gave thee unto her husband Abraham, and took thee into her own bed, that thou mightest raise up seed unto her? Why art thou thus fleeing into the wilderness from the camp of Abraham? And Hagar replied, I am returning to the land of my father, for it grieveth me to be bound to Sarah. And the angel of Yahuwah said to her, Return unto Sarah, and be subject unto her, for she is given to thee to be a mother unto thee, and this seed is hers, as well as yours. Yahuwah will multiply thy seed exceedingly, so that it shall not be numbered for multitude. And thou shalt bear a son, and shall call his name Ishmael, because Yahuwah hath heard thy prayers, and answered them. He will be a man of the desert, and a man of war. Nevertheless, many shall join themselves unto him, and his people shall be great. Chapter 109. Hagar replied, What shall I say is the name of him who beareth these glad tidings? And the angel replied, Birla Hairoi, for know thou that Elohim seest thee in all places whithersoever thou shalt be. And Hagar said, I know that Elohim seest me, for he hath this day sent his angel to minister unto me. Wherefore Hagar returned unto the tent of Sarah, and at the appointed time she bare unto me a son, and I called his name Ishmael, according to the word of the angel. And I was 86 years old when Hagar bare Ishmael unto me. Chapter 110. At the end of 13 years, Yahuwah appeared unto me, and he said unto me, Abraham, because thou hast been faithful in all things unto me, from the time thou wast 3 years old, and behold, now thou art 99. Therefore I will establish my covenant with thee, for with thee I shall commence a new dispensation of the gospel, that from this time forth all those who would be sealed into me must be sealed into thee. Wherefore I will send Noah unto thee in the tabernacle, and he will bestow upon thee the keys of the priesthood. For the city of Melchizedek will I take up from off the earth, and there will be a new beginning in thee. For I will greatly multiply thy seed, and I will make them my ministers, that through thy priesthood all the peoples of the earth shall be blessed. Therefore from this time forth shall every male child among you be circumcised, and that his foreskin shall be opened in token of the opening of his heart to the light of the gospel. And on the 8th day shall ye do it, that ye may remember that on the 8th day they shall be baptized, that the blessing of the gospel may come upon them. This is according to the covenant I made with Adam in the garden, Eden. But I instructed Noah and Shem not to administer this covenant unto thee, that thou mightest receive it in token of this new covenant which I make with thee. Although I gave these ordinances in the beginning unto Adam, yet the sons of men have continually gone astray from my precepts, and have not kept mine ordinances which I gave unto their fathers. They have neglected the ordinances of baptism which I commanded unto them in token of the burial of the natural man, and have ceased to receive the anointing whereby they become kings and priests unto me. Yea, they have turned from my commandments and changed mine ordinances, and have replaced baptism with the washing of children, which they call baptism. But behold, this is no baptism, for I will atone for the fall of Adam. Wherefore, little children are innocent until they reach the age of accountability. But the sons of men have rejected mine atonement, wherein I will offer mine only begotten Son for the sins of the world. For they say that the blood of righteous Abel was shed for sins, thereby rejecting me as their Savior. But thou hast upheld mine ordinances. Therefore, thy seed shall sprinkle all nations, for thou shalt be a father of many nations. And thou shalt be fruitful, and many nations shall come of thee, and kings of nations shall be of thy seed. Moreover, ye shall not cut yourselves in your foreskins after the manner of the heathen, for this is the lesser law, and applieth only to those who have had part of the gospel cut off from that which they have received. But your hearts are open to the fullness of my gospel, wherefore your foreskins shall be opened. For if it were profitable for you to be without a foreskin, then would your father beget you, and your mother without a foreskin. Take not away what Elohim hath given, but let your foreskins be opened, for this is the true circumcision, and it will be profitable unto you as a covenant written in your flesh, which shall be an everlasting covenant. Your daughters also shall be circumcised upon the marriage bed, when the matrix is opened by the entrance of her husband. For this is a holy ordinance, and it is completed at the birth of her firstborn. Wherefore it is written that the firstborn which openeth the matrix is holy, because it is an instrument in the performance of a holy ordinance. Now go into the tabernacle and fast and pray, until Noah cometh to bestow upon thee the keys of which I have spoken. Chapter 111. When Yahuwah had departed from me, I went into the tabernacle, and I remained there fasting and praying for 3 days. And at the end of that time, Noah came to me, and he said, Hail, Abraham, for thou art highly favored of Yahuwah. Behold, I come to thee from the city of Enoch my father, to bestow upon thee the keys which I received from Enoch many years ago. For thou shalt stand at the head, and thy posterity shall be without number. And in thee, and in thy seed after thee, shall all the nations of the earth be blessed. When Noah had departed from me, I rose up and was circumcised by Eliezer, and all the males of mine house were circumcised with me, including my son Ishmael, who was 13 years old at the time. And I conferred upon my son Ishmael the priesthood of Elias, and ordained him to be a priest, that he might minister before Yahuwah. But Ishmael did not honor his priesthood, taking it to be a light thing, which thing was a grief of heart unto me, for I knew that in heaven he was counted as having no priesthood, because he honored it not. Wherefore I did not call upon him to act in the priest office. Chapter 112. And Yahuwah appeared unto me in the plains of Mamre, and he said unto me, Behold, Ishmael shall not be thine heir, neither Eliezer, for Sarah will I bless, and I will give thee a son of her. She shall be the mother of nations and kings, and people shall be of her. Then I fell upon my face before Yahuwah, and I rejoiced, and I said unto him, O Yahuwah, it is a wondrous thing that this promise should be fulfilled when I am 100 years old, and Sarah is 90. And Yahuwah said, Prepare thine heart to receive it. And he told me many secret things concerning the conception of the child, which are great mysteries to the unenlightened, but the elect shall know them, and I rejoice therein. Chapter 113. When Yahuwah had told me these things, I thought of my son Ishmael, and I prayed, O Elohim, grant that Ishmael might live uprightly before thee. And Yahuwah Elohim replied, Sarah thy wife shall bear thee a son, And thou shalt call his name Isaac, and I will continue in him the covenant which I have established with thee, to be an everlasting covenant with his seed after him. And as for Ishmael, I have heard thee. Behold, I have blessed him, and will make him a great nation. But my covenant will I establish with Isaac, whom Sarah shall bear unto thee, at this same time in the next year. Then Elohim left me, and I saw him ascend up into heaven, and mine heart rejoiced in the promises of Yahuwah unto me. Chapter 114. 3 months later, Yahuwah sent unto me 3 of his ministering angels, who were holy men of Elohim from the city of Enoch. For I was sitting at the door of my tent, and I lifted up mine eyes from my meditations, and behold, 3 men in the distance were walking toward our camp. And the Ruach of Elohim whispered unto me that they were holy men of Elohim who had a blessing for me. Wherefore I rose up and ran to meet them, and bowing down before them, I led them unto Sarah's tent. Taking water from Sarah, I washed their feet, and spreading a carpet under the tree which was at the door of Sarah's tent, I spread cushions upon it, and caused them to sit down there. And I called Eliezer, and instructed him to send one of the young men to fetch a young and tender calf, and supervise the preparation of it. Sarah also supervised the young women in preparing cakes and milk and cheese, mutton and beef to eat until the calf was prepared. Chapter 115. When they had eaten, one of the holy men said unto me, We shall return to thee 9 months hence, and, behold, at that time Sarah shall bear a son. Now Sarah was listening at the door of the tent, and when she heard these words, she laughed within herself, knowing that she was past the age of bearing, and I also was very old. But the holy man of Elohim rebuked her, saying, Is anything too hard for Yahuwah? Surely, when we return here 9 months hence, thou shalt bear a son. Whereupon the 3 holy men of Elohim entered with me into Sarah's tent, and blessed her. And the Ruach HaKodesh fell upon Sarah in mighty power, in the blessing, and she conceived according to the word of the man of Elohim. Chapter 116. Then the 3 holy men of Elohim departed from our camp, and I walked with them to bring them on their way towards Sodom. And the one who had before spoken said unto me, Abraham, we are from the city of Enoch, and are ordained after the holy order of Elohim. We have come not only to bless Sarah, that thou mightest have seed raised up unto thee out of her, but also on a mission which brings us sorrow. Nevertheless, the word of Yahuwah came unto me, saying, Shall I hide from Abraham that thing which I will do? Nay, surely for his integrity he shall know what I am about to do. Wherefore, Abraham, hast thou looked upon the iniquities of Sodom and her sister cities? For they have provoked Yahuwah with their abominations. For 4 times in each year they gather together to sing and dance before their idol Elohim. And when they are dancing, every man layeth hold upon the wives and daughters of his neighbors, and lieth with them. And this they do without authority from Elohim, which thing is an abomination in his sight. But behold, this is the least of their sins. For no man is safe who entereth their city. For when a stranger entereth there, they will take from him his goods by force, and they will abuse his body. For both men and women will they bind, and crowds of the Sodomites will gather about them, and lie with them by force, until every one who desireth to lie with them hath done so. Now it is a wicked thing that men or women should be forced to lie with another against their will. But here the whole city uniteth to force this wicked thing. Moreover, when they have stolen a man's goods and abused his flesh, they will torture him. And when they tire of torturing him, they will leave him naked and without food or water to die in the streets of their city. And it is forbidden by the law for anyone to help such as one by giving him food or drink. Moreover, the people of these cities have numerous idol Elohims, before which they practice every kind of abomination without authority. Wherefore, Yahuwah hath sent us to gather the righteous out of the cities before they are destroyed. So saying, the 3 embraced me and kissed me, and went on their way towards Sodom. Chapter 117. But I had remained a long time where they had departed from me, thinking on the things they had said. For it grieved mine heart that these great cities, with all their inhabitants, should be destroyed. Wherefore I too went down to the vicinity of Sodom, and I called upon the name of Yahuwah there. And when he answered me out of heaven, I said unto him, O Yahuwah Elohim, merciful and kind, wilt thou destroy the inheritances of the righteous because of the wicked? Nay, O Yahuwah, far be it from thee to do this thing. Wilt thou not spare the inheritances of the righteous? Peradventure there may be 50 righteous in the city. Will thou in thine anger destroy the city and not spare the place for the sake of the 50 righteous that are in it? Surely thou wilt not destroy the inheritance of the righteous because of the wicked. Such a judgment should never be passed according to the justice of thine holy law, which is in thy bosom. And Yahuwah said, If I find in these cities 50 righteous who keep the laws and precepts of Elohim, and have not partaken of the abominations of the Sodomites, then surely I will spare the whole country for their sake. Chapter 118. Nevertheless, I venture to speak before Yahuwah again, for I know that all his ways are just. And I said unto him, O Yahuwah, suppose there shall lack but 5 of the 50 righteous. Will thou destroy the whole land for the lack of 5 men? And he said, If there be 45 righteous in the land, I will not destroy it. And I spake unto Yahuwah again, saying, O Yahuwah, I know that I am yet but dust and ashes. For although I am, by the testimony of thine own mouth, declared to be a son of Elohim, yet I am not glorified to be like thee. Nevertheless, be not displeased with me when I plead in behalf of the righteous. For suppose there shall be 40 righteous in the land. And he said, I will not destroy it if I find there 40. Then I said, O Yahuwah, thou hast been patient indeed with thy servants. Wherefore, I shall speak yet again before thee. Suppose there shall 30 righteous be found there. Yahuwah replied, I will not destroy it if I find 30 there. Then I spake again, I have ventured to speak before Yahuwah. Shall I now cease, lest the righteous be destroyed with the wicked? Suppose there shall be 20 righteous found in the land. And Yahuwah said, I will not destroy it for the sake of 20. Finally I said, Oh, let not Yahuwah be displeased, and I will speak only once more. Suppose 10 righteous shall be found there. And he said, I will not destroy it for the sake of 10. But thou, Abraham, remain here in prayer and fasting until my messengers return unto thee. For if 10 righteous be not found in the land, I shall gather out those righteous who are found there, and thou shalt be caught up of the earth to call down fire and brimstone upon the land by a holy ordinance, inasmuch as thou art a priest and a king forever, after the order of the Most High Elohim, having the right of the firstborn, which hath come down from the fathers to exercise absolute authority over the posterity, even the right of life and death under the direction of the Holy One. Nevertheless, remember that this authority can only be exercised under the direction of heaven. For when any man exerciseth his priesthood contrary to the will of heaven, his priesthood is forfeited. His authority passeth away, and he can call upon the powers of heaven to accomplish no work from that day forward. Wherefore, let all men repent of the exercise of unrighteous dominion, and turn unto Yahuwah their Elohim, that they be severed not from the rights of his house. So saying, Yahuwah departed from me, and I remained in that place in fasting and praying, awaiting the return of the 3 messengers. Chapter 119. This is the account which Lot told me, Abraham, concerning the coming of the 3 messengers unto him in Sodom. For Lot was sitting in the door of his house in the city of Sodom, conversing with 2 of his son-in-laws who were Sodomites, when he saw 3 men approaching down the street of the city. And the Ruach of Yahuwah whispered unto Lot, Behold, these are my messengers who bring tidings of salvation. Lot therefore rose up to meet them, and bowing down before them said, Behold now, my lords, turn in, I pray you, into your servant's house and tarry all night, that I may wash your feet and anoint your heads and feed you. And in the morning you may go on, leaving only a blessing upon the head of your servant. And they said, Nay, but we will abide in the street tonight, for we have heard that it is not safe to enter into the house of a Sodomite, lest we be abused and tortured and killed, and our property stolen from us. But Lot replied, Not so, my lords, for I am no Sodomite, but a true worshipper of Yahuwah. And I know that ye are his messengers, for his Ruach hath shown me this thing. Then, when Lot had confessed his faith in Yahuwah, the angels entered with him into his house, and he did set before them a feast with unleavened bread and wine, and they blessed it, and partook thereof. and Lot's family also partook and were filled. Chapter 120. When Lot's two sons-in-law saw him take the strangers into his house, they went straightway unto the magistrates of the city, for it was unlawful in the city of Sodom to entertain a stranger in your home. Wherefore the people of Sodom surrounded Lot's house, both young and old, all the people of the city. And one of them called to Lot and said, Where are the men whom thou tookest into thine house tonight? Behold, thou knowest that it is contrary to our laws to thus entertain strangers. Nevertheless, we will forgive thee, for thou art a mighty prince among us. Therefore, bring forth the men unto us, that we may lie with them, and do unto them according to all the desires of our hearts. But Lot went out the door to the front of his house, and securing the door behind him, he confronted the Sodomites. And Lot said to them, I pray you, my brethren, do not these wicked things, for it is contrary to the law of the Most High Elohim, who is king over all, to force anyone to lie with another. Repent now, therefore, that the wrath of the Most High Elohim fall not upon you, and ye with your city be destroyed. But they were angry with Lot, and they cried unto him, Stand away from the door, lest we take thee also. Thou hast come in among us and partaken of the good of our land, and we have treated thee with honor, although thou was a stranger. Dost thou now make thyself a judge over us? And their anger increased against Lot, and they said unto him, Behold, we will deal worse with thee than with them. Wherefore, we shall take thee and thy daughters, and the men who have come in unto thee, and any others in thine household who shall please us, and we will do with you according to all our desires. But Lot replied, Behold now, I have 2 daughters who have not lain with men. Let me, I pray you, plead with you that ye take them not according to this wickedness, and abuse them according to your abominations. For the Most High Elohim will surely destroy the city if ye repent not. Wherefore, ye shall do nothing unto me, nor my daughters, nor the strangers that are within my gate, nor any of mine household, for Elohim will smite you in the attempt. And their anger increased yet more against Lot, and they came near to break down the door. But the messengers of Elohim, who were holy men, bearing the power of the priesthood after Elohim's holy order, put forth their hands, pulled Lot into the house, and shut the door behind him. Then they smote the people of Sodom with blindness, so that they could not find the door. Chapter 121. And one of these holy men said unto Lot, Take now all that appertaineth unto thee, whether persons or goods, or of this city, for the wrath of Elohim is upon this place, and tomorrow it shall be destroyed, because the cries of those who have been abused here have risen unto the ears of Yahuwah of Sabaoth, and the abominations of the Sodomites have come up before his face. Wherefore, surely upon the morrow, the vengeance of Yahuwah shall fall upon Sodom, that neither root nor branch shall be left here, for the fullness of their iniquity hath come upon them, and in the fullness thereof they shall be cut off. Therefore Lot went forth at that time, and spake unto his son-in-law, and his married daughters, and all who had gone forth with him from our camp, saying, Up, get you out of their place, for on the morrow Yahuwah will destroy this city. But his words were as foolishness unto them, and they mocked him. And Lot returned unto his house in sorrow. Chapter 122. When morning came, the men of Elohim hastened Lot, saying, Arise, take thy wives and thy daughters, who are here with thee in the house, and depart hence, lest ye be consumed by the wrath of Elohim, which shall be visited upon the iniquities of Sodom. And while they were preparing to depart, Lot's heart being full of sorrow at leaving his daughters and his daughters' children to be destroyed, the men of Elohim took him by the hand with his wives and his daughters. For Yahuwah had mercy upon Lot, because of his integrity, because he had not bowed down unto false Elohim, nor entered into the abominations of Sodom. And Lot thought to dwell in Zoar, wherefore he hastened there. But his wife Addo turned back into the city of Sodom. Addo was the daughter of Eli, the son of Eliezer, which Eli had accompanied Lot to Sodom. And Addo thought upon her parents and her daughters who remained in the city. Her heart was pained within her, and she turned back unto them and was lost. But Lot entered with the rest of his family into Zoar, and was there when the cities of the plains were overthrown. Chapter 123. Then the 3 holy men of Elohim came unto me, Abraham, where I was fasting and praying nigh unto Sodom. And they lifted me up into the heavens, and taught me the ordinances, the keywords, and the things by which I might call down fire and brimstone upon the cities. And I did as I was commanded by the angels of Elohim, and the cities were destroyed. And when I saw the destruction of the land, mine heart was sorrowful. But Yahuwah said unto me, I have had mercy upon Lot, and have sent him out of the city that he was not destroyed. For he was the only righteous man in all the cities. Wherefore mine heart was comforted. Chapter 124. And when the destruction was over, Lot feared to continue dwelling in Zoar, lest it also should be destroyed. Wherefore he took his family, and went unto the cave of Adullam, and dwelt there. And the word of Yahuwah came unto Lot, saying, Go in now unto thy 2 daughters, who are with thee, who have not known man, for they shall conceive by thee, that thy posterity shall not be cut off from the earth. So Lot went in unto his 2 daughters, and lay with them, and they conceived by him. And the firstborn bare a son, and called his name Moab. And the younger also bare a son, and she called his name Benami. And Lot dwelt in the cave for 5 years. And after that he took his wives and his daughters and his sons, whom his daughters had borne unto him, and dwelt on the other side of Jordan. And Yahuwah blessed him, and prospered him, and he dwelt in safety. Chapter 125. After the destruction of the cities of the plains, I, Abraham, journeyed to the south, to the land of Gerar. Now the king of the land of Gerar was Abimelech, and he was one who worshipped the Most High Elohim, and he was just and upright in all his ways. And Abimelech had entered the holy order of Elohim, and was a priest and a king after the order of the Most High Elohim, and had received the rites and ordinances of the gospel. As a youth, he had dwelt with me in the city of Shalom, and he was a brother unto me, and we shared all things. When Sarah and I went in unto Abimelech to commune with him, the Ruach of Yahuwah fell upon Abimelech, and he blessed Sarah in great outpourings after the order of the ancients, and anointed her that she might bear holy seed, and we rejoice in the blessings of Yahuwah until Sarah, through the 3 holy men from the city of Enoch, and through his servant Abimelech. And the Ruach of Yahuwah fell upon me also, and I blessed her, and anointed her, that the Ruach of Yahuwah might fall upon her in a greater outpouring to the sanctification of herself and her seed. And we rejoiced together for 3 nights and 2 days, and worshipped Yahuwah our Elohim, and were filled with joy and peace in the blessings of Yahuwah unto us, and we magnified in Yahuwah. Chapter 126. The next night, after Sarah and I had returned to our camp, Abimelech was seated upon his throne, praying, when a sleep from Yahuwah fell upon him, and he slept there all that night. And while he slept, he dreamed a dream in which an angel of Yahuwah, with a drawn sword in his hand, came and stood above him. And Abimelech was frightened at the angel. But the angel said unto him, Fear not, for because thou hast faithfully entered into the rites and ordinances of my gospel, and hast walked a holy walk before me, and did uphold Shem and Abraham after him in the work which I have called them to do in maintaining mine holy order in the earth. Behold, I am sent to stand by thy side, and shall protect thee against all the power of the adversary. For thy sins are forgiven thee, and thine exaltation is sure, and thou shalt dwell forever in the presence of thy Elohim. So saying, the angel departed from the vision of Abimelech, but he felt his presence near him from that time forth, and the adversary therefore exercised no power over him. Chapter 127. We had dwelt in Gerar 9 months, when the 3 holy men of Elohim again visited us, and Sarah gave birth to a son. And on the 8th day he was circumcised according to the commandment of Yahuwah to me, and I called his name Isaac. The child grew, and when he was 3 years old he was weaned, and I made a great feast on the day he was weaned. And Melchizedek, king of Shalom, with Eber his heir, and Abimelech, king of Gerar with his son, and Pharaoh, king of Egypt, father to Hagar and Ishmael. And all the mighty princes of the land came to the feast which I prepared, For these were the men whom I loved, with my brethren Enoram, Eshol, and Mamre. My father Terah also, and my brother Nahor, came unto the feast, having heard that Sarah had borne a son. And we all rejoiced before Yahuwah for many days that my son Isaac had reached the age of weaning from his mother. And from that time forth, Sarah and I introduced the lad into the tabernacle, and began to instruct him in the mysteries of godliness, that he might be prepared in his youth to enter into the Holy of Holies and be instructed there. For Shem had instructed me in the city of Shalom, that children should be instructed in the temple from the age of weaning, which is 3 years old, that they should be instructed in the Holy of Holies from the age of puberty, which is 12 years old, and that they should be endowed with power from on high from the age of maturity, which is 14 years. But inasmuch as I had not journeyed into the city of Shalom until I was 10 years old, I was prepared for the blessings of Yahuwah's house in only a few years.